100 nights, no rest, no break. Dreams on my mind, but my hands still ache. Bands in the safe, cash on the low. Build it from the ground, watch the empire grow. Empty fridge, now the table stacked. Used to pray for change, now I'm counting racks. The grind don't stop, no pause, no wait. Bands in the safe.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy weekend, happy Saturday. Today we're going to go look and do a bit of a deep dive, a look under the hood if you will, of the new Delta Brakes update and the new system, how it's working and how it performed over the last couple of days. Actually had a couple of people message me about the performance and all this sort of stuff, and I'm just going to show you. I think that's the best way to do it. And here's the cool thing. I get the opportunity right now to show you the bug I've been chasing all week. So let's start there. I'm going to quickly load this up. So this is a screenshot of the video I put out yesterday. And I want to draw your attention to the dashboard in the bottom right corner. It says day profit $4,185. And that is correct. That's what it was at the end of the day, right? Well, I'm now going to go to TradingView. After that video, I closed my charts. I've loaded it back up this morning, and look what we got. Oh, that's different. Oh, this total amount of trades is different on the video from yesterday, and the amount of trades that were taken was 20 trades, and it's missing 2. And the number is different, obviously. This is the bug I've been chasing. In the real moment, in live time, it was all correct. At the end of the day, yesterday, that 4,100, that was correct. I watched it place every single one of those trades all day. And as soon as I refresh the chart, as soon as I bring it up on another day, what's happening behind the scenes with regard to TradingView is that it's loading a different type of data now. It's now loading everything from historical data. And that's where this bug kind of creeps in. And it's more to do with TradingView and its data providing than it is my indicator. And this is where I was kind of sent round in circles Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. And why I wasn't able to catch it, because it wasn't until things were up and running in the live market that I realized, hang on, things are falling out of sync here. What the hell's going on? And what I've noticed is that it's always 1 or 2 trades. That's the weird thing about it. I don't really know why it's behaving exactly like this, but either way, regardless, it is. This is what's happening. So, you know, I've not done anything on the chart. I've loaded this up, seen the bug and go, God damn it, there it is. And I just like, screw it, let's press play. And I'll just show you guys firsthand. So, what does this mean? It means moving forward, anyone who wants to get the Delta Brakes system and use the system, this is one of the downsides that you simply need to know about. It is a small downside. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because moving forward, we're not going to use the dashboard. This dashboard is just a nice little convenience to have in the corner of your chart. That's it, really. What matters is what I've been working on this week, is getting the trade execution accurate, and it is. And I'm really, really happy. So much so, we're actually going to go and have a look at it right now. So let me go back to my dashboard. Here we go. And ta-da. Okay, this is cross trade. This is my cross trade thing that I've been basically setting up all the automation through. Now, a lot of these, all of these over here are tests. We don't want to ignore all of these. These are not real trades. What we're looking at is Thursday and Friday here. These are the total amounts of the trades that were sent through cross trade via this automation. Now, I will mention about $1,000 each day is actually my Delta Orbs system. So this isn't 100% Delta Brakes. It includes one of my others because I'm using the same demo account. But what we're going to do, we're going to go in and have a quick look. So let's just go look at Friday, because we got the chart up. This is all of the trades that were sent from the indicator to cross trade, and cross trade successfully executed via NinjaTrader onto the one and only demo account we've been using. Okay, this is all of them, and there's a lot of them. Now I'll quickly mention, notice the quantity here, X132771. Each one of my trades is 15 MNQ contracts, 15 micros. It does split it up, and this is due to execution and filling. So here, these top 2 rows, it's 1 trade. 2 and 13 makes 15, right? Here, 7, 14, 15. So these 3 were It's technically a break even, but we got a little bit of slippage, a little bit of I think commissions are included on this. I think they are. But anyway, that's why you've got so many more trades happening, is because it actually does split them up quite often. Because NinjaTrader and Trader8 and that data source is actually very, very fast and executes very quickly. So this is actually quite common that they get split up. But these are all the trades. You can see the equity curve. It just went up and up and up. We took a small loss there, up and up, and then we took 2 losses at the end of the day, which are right down here at the bottom. Here they are. So these, yeah, lots of red, lots of red, lots of red. It's only 2 trades. See? 7, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. All of these, 1 trade. All of these, 15. 1 trade. And if I go up to the top here, in the video, if you watch yesterday's video, I mentioned that we were up at like 6,500. We were. Again, there's about $1,000 added on top of this because the Delta Orb trade is in here. It's just 1 trade and it's about $1,000 or $900, something like that. We'll probably see it now that I think about it in here. So if we see a random $900, there it is. Must be this guy. No, actually, that's Delta because it's 15. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. Take about $1,000 off, right? And that's later in the day. But here's the results, right? This is Friday. Let's go back. Come on, there we go. Journal. Let's go back and look at Thursday. Here is Thursday. So Thursday took some losses in the day, and it had an absolutely killer day. Again, there's about $1,000 on top of this. So let's see. Oh, there's more than $1,000. That's right. I also mentioned that during my testing, there was approximately $2,500. It's right here. This trade was interesting because it was placed at 3 in the morning because I just left it running overnight. It was placed at 3 in the morning, and for whatever reason, the ATM settings in NinjaTrader didn't activate correctly, so it was just sat open all morning. And I loaded my chart up and I just saw this 1 trade just floating there. I was like, okay, that's a problem. So that led me to building in some fail safes, so this won't happen again. But yeah, this day made about $7,000 in the unleashed version, and take away that 2K, and that's about what you're at. And we had some other trades that did the same thing, and there's a bit of testing in here to be completely fair, but for the most part, all the way down here, from approximately here, this is where you get the day's results. And again, some wins, lots of nice wins in there, small loss there, lots of nice wins to finish out the day. And we had a killer trade right at the end of the day. Look at that. That's that little bloop right at the top. And I've noticed that the end of the day, New York afternoon, it does pretty well, but you tend to get your losses around that time. Same happened on Friday. And this was going well, like again, 2, 2, 4, 1, 5. So this is 1 trade split up into multiple executions. I think this is actually 2 losses in here, maybe 3. Can't really remember. But either way, I had a very good day and ended up very positive overall. And if I go back to, let's go back to the journal and look. It was about 13,000 over the 2 days in the unleashed version. The new, let me go back to the actual trading view. Here we go. So we're going to be running 2 different versions of this. Unleashed is what I'm going to be doing for evaluations and eval accounts. Because if you're going to fail fast. Now, this is just me. You don't have to agree with me and you don't have to do it this way. But I hate spending ages slowly working through an eval to find out if you're going to pass or fail, and then after the fact, having to start all over and then having to build up any actual funded funds. I don't want to do that. I am happy taking the financial hit on losing a couple of evals, because evals are relatively cheap in the futures world, a couple of $100 per account. Whatever, man. I would rather pay a couple of $100 to find out if I'm going to pass it in a week. That's what I would rather do. That's just me. You don't have to agree with me. But either way, moving forward, that's what I'm going to be doing with this. I just leave this up and running until I hit my max consistency for the day, which in the new version, I'll quickly load it up, you have a flatten at max profit. So you can set, 4,500 or whatever your max consistency is for the day, set it in there. As soon as it realizes you're at that profit or very close to it, it will just send a close everything, take all profits, shut down the account, basically, and it won't trade for the rest of the day. You've got a max loss in there as well. I am so happy, I am comfortable losing an account and blowing up an account. I'm not going to set a max loss. As far as I care, the available drawdown on an account each day is the max loss. Just send it. That's my approach. You do not have to do it this way. If anything, really, if I want to be sensible about this, it's not the best way to do it. But like I said, I would rather do it that way. You know, I've spent time in the past where I spent like a month on an eval just to end up failing it. And it was a waste of a month. I was far more upset that I'd wasted a month on it to fail than the money. I couldn't have cared less about the money, honestly, at the end of that month. So never again was my takeaway from it. No, if you're going to fail fast. So I would rather send it and just have it done in a couple days and just fire up a new account and try again. Because especially with these sort of results, I know that you can just get it and it'll work, right? Especially with the end of day drawdown, which is the types of accounts I would trade. So, where do we stand? Where do we move forward? Well, the unleashed version is all day up to your max consistency and just fire away, basically. Let's say that all works. Let's say you get a past account and you're now funded. Okay, well, what do? Do you just send it with the same set of things? Hell no. That's when we're going to be running this second dashboard, because I've got another version of it up here, which is the exact same thing. However, I've limited the absolute max contracts to 30 instead of 45. So the unleashed will take up to 3 trades at once. The funded version, I let it take up to 2 trades at once, because, you know, total contracts 15, 30 absolute max, it's 2, right? And if I scroll down a little bit, I only trade between 9:30 and 12:30. Those first couple hours, basically New York morning. That's the only time I'm going to be trading this. I do have the force close on, but realistically speaking, nothing's going to survive much further past 12:30. So this is a little bit redundant, but it's there anyway. I could just set this to like 12:45 or something like that, but it's fine. It's whatever. Here is the secret key that you get when you sign up to CrossTrade. You'll get your own unique key that links you to your account, and you get the demo account. So for me, my demo account is that's the demo account we've been looking at. So I put it in there, I put my secret key in there, and that's it. That's the only thing I need to do. From there, it will link to your CrossTrade. The only other thing is that CrossTrade gives you a unique URL webhook link, which you put in the alert, which I show you guys in the course. We don't need to go into it for today. I've also, in the course, I go through and explain what this is, why this, why that, what this is, and all this sort of stuff. I go through all of these settings for you, and for the most part, just leave them at default, set things up as I show you, and you're good from there. So what does this mean for now moving forward? Where do we stand? Well, oh, by the way, and here you can see there's that max flatten at max profit. So the status where it says max profit hit, there it is. I enabled it. I think I might get rid of the toggles and just have it if it's at 0, it's automatically off, and if there's any number in it, it'll automatically turn on. I think it's just a cleaner way of doing it, so I'll probably do a little update to just clean that up. And these sort of little updates are all that's left for me to really do. On Friday and the second half of Thursday, once I tested a few things, on Friday, I didn't interfere with it at all. So those numbers we saw on the journal on Friday, none of it was me manually doing anything. It was 100% indicator, 100% webhook alert signals. And everything kind of worked. My fail-safe to ensure that the ATM setting, if it fails for whatever reason, the indicator has a emergency close all. It sends it after every single trade. And it didn't cause any errors to do that, which was good. And yeah, man, it just worked. It just worked all of Friday. I was really happy with it. 100%, if you set this thing up, run it on a demo. Just run it on a demo for a couple of weeks. Don't throw an account at it right away. We're hot off the presses with this thing. There might be the odd little thing in it here and there that I need to tidy up and clean up. I'm monitoring this, but the type of monitoring I'm doing right now can't be done in replayer. It has to be done in live moments, in live markets, and I might not get every scenario show up. So it might be another week before I find an error, because that error is not going to show up for another week. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be picking the system up and you already have it. But I'm very happy with this. I very likely will just throw an eval account at this week. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. And scrolling down, the noise of all this is just the same as it was, right? So, where does that leave us? I think we're good. That's where it leaves it. I think we're good. I'm very happy with this. I'm super, super happy with this. And this dashboard, it's a bit of a shame that the day win rate and day profits are going to be a little unreliable. I mean, look, it's showing you that it's a little unreliable. This is the bug I've been chasing in real time, right? If you know what, let's do a test. Let's go into replayer and see if it changes. So it's 3200 in outside of replayer. Is it still going to be 3200 on unleashed when it loads? Well, how about that? In replayer, it finds them all. How about that? This is what I mean. TradingView is providing different data, and in different environments, live market versus replayer, historical stuff, it's just, God, this is driving me nuts all week. So the indicator is, when it's given the correct information, it will do the job correctly. This is all correct. It's the right quantity of trades. It's the right end total. And if I close out of replayer now, it'll go back to 30. Yeah, look at that. It's being provided different types of data due to the environment. The replayer is a different environment within the TradingView program. Man, this has been a tough one to figure out, I'll tell you that. But I can definitely be comfortable saying I'm a bit of an expert in the way TradingView works these days, my God. But there we are. And at the end of the day, this is not an indicator to look pretty on a chart. It is a real-world execution tool. This is to place trades in a demo account. And that's how this is going to be set up moving forward. You're not going to send these signals to cross-trade and then link directly to a prop firm. The way you're going to want to do this, I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but the way I'm going to do this is that I'm going to do it all via a copy trader, because my goal is to have multiple prop firms. So I'm going to have the indicator, the cross-trade account, and one master demo account. That demo account receives every single trade, and any prop firm that I want is going to be copy traded from that master demo. So, and the master demo copying is much simpler for eval and prop firm accounts, because copy trading is really quite simple. Whatever the master demo account does when it comes to opening and closing positions, the copy traded accounts do the same. Master demo opens a trade, copy accounts do the same thing. That trade gets closed, copy trade accounts all get closed then and there. Very quick, very simple. Cross trade has a copy trader, so you can have it all under one roof or working under one system. And for how seamless and quick and easy cross trade has proven itself to be, I'm really happy with cross trade. Actually, I have used Traders Post in the past, and it was good, but it was pretty tough to get set up at times. Cross trade has been much simpler, much easier, and I'm very happy with the speed of the execution. You know what? Let's go back. Here we go. Let's go have a look at. So this is the alert history that the indicator sent cross trade on Friday, and you can see the times, and you can see how quickly all the execution is. So within a second, it received it within a second from the indicator, which was one of the concerns I had. Nothing has been delayed. It has been so rapid and so fast. I'm really, really happy with that. And then it was a 13 millisecond handoff to Enki. Within a second, it had placed this trade. And it is awesome. It's awesome. And what you're looking at here, so you see order place order is the actual trades being sent to the demo account. And here's, look, they're all the same demo account. It's the only one we've really been looking at. And this one here, this is something else. This is a close strategy. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that I have seen on occasion the ATM settings on NinjaTrader fail. That is a problem. So this is the contingency I built into it. It is a closed strategy built into an internal trade ID. This was one of the things I've updated behind the scenes this past week. Every single trade that gets placed has a trade ID now. So look, strategy ID, there it is. I built this whole system to identify each individual trade, and the indicator tracks it for as long as it's open. And every single time that the indicator detects a stop loss hit or a trailing stop loss hit specifically, it will automatically send this after NinjaTrader should have already closed the trade. And this has what is what's been happening so far. So in an ideal world, the trade gets placed, NinjaTrader activates everything correctly, there's no problems, it exits the trade at the, let's say, trailing stop loss. Everything's good. The indicator sends this signal to specifically say, close that one trade just in case it failed. It's a safety close. And this doesn't actually cause any issues with NinjaTrader or anything like that. So all of these, there's a whole bunch of them. See, close strategy, close, close, close. After every single trade that closes on the indicator, it sends this back up. By the way, make sure that trade is closed. And for the most part, it worked pretty well. In fact, it worked really well. There weren't any issues at all. I haven't seen the ATM settings fail since. And even if it does happen and the ATM settings do fail, I now don't think I'm going to see it. I think the indicator immediately shuts it down anyway, because we've got this safety net layer in it now. So overall, that's just an example of one of the updates I've been making. The trade ID system is another part of it behind the scenes. And overall, I mean, what more can I say? It's been a really, really good, successful week. I'm very, very happy with the way things have gone. And I mean, here are the results. So a little bit of a jank start to the week, to the month of May. But man, this has been a blessing in disguise, I think. I really am very happy with this. So what's next steps for me? I've got a few little like cosmetic things like quality of life updates to finish off this indicator, and I'm going to be putting the update out live this weekend. If you already have it, fire it up on a demo account. If you follow it manually, that's fine. It still gives you the same levels. It still gives you the alerts and all that sort of fun stuff. That's all the same, all good. I am going to, after this video, I'm going to update the course that you get with this system, and it will explain the refined strategy now with the whole funded settings versus the unleashed settings, how you can tailor it and tweak it if you're not quite as comfortable taking risk like I am. I've become very desensitized to it over the years now. So if you're not quite there yet and you don't want to, you're happy at taking a bit longer, that's fine. I'll explain in the course some alternative settings, which is the same thing, just turning it down a little bit. Like me, I run the 150k accounts. So I run 15 micros. You can do the same thing on the same accounts and just turn it down. You could run the 50k, and instead of running it on 5 micros, you can run it on 3. You can literally just go into the top of the settings and just type in the amount of contracts you want. It's very, very simple to turn things down. Very, very simple. So don't worry about being super strict to the way I explain it. The way I explain it is like, I don't know, say 80%, and that final 20% is for you guys to refine your way. What feels comfortable for you? What do you like? And it's very simple, you know, make it your own. And like I said, I'll go into the more details about getting this all set up. It's all mostly done for you. There's a couple little things you'll need to do when it comes to like setting up cross trade, for example. But cross trade's been great, man. I'm really very, very happy that I swapped over to it from Traders Post. I didn't have any issues with Traders Post, but they're just a little, they were a lot harder to get things up and running. Cross trade has been a breeze, and the execution speed has been fantastically fast. So much so that my current copy trader is Replicanto, and it's like a $200 cost. I'm probably going to just go along with CrossTrade and actually just flip over to CrossTrades. So there we go, folks. That is a deeper dive, a more in-depth look at the Delta Boat system, the new version of it. And of course, more videos on this coming as we move forward. This has become my flagship system, and I'm really, really happy with it. We'll be sending this out into the real world. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what an indicator and a demo account does. What matters is, does this work in real world markets? Can I send some prop firms at this? Does it pass? Does it get me money? Can I end with this system being turned on? And can I end with cash in my pocket, in my bank account? That's where we're going. That's the next steps. So, subscribe. Stick around. Let me know what you think. And in the coming weeks, throughout the rest of May, I'm probably going to throw together a Discord channel. At the end of May, I'm going to be a lot more available. So, the next video as well. The next video I'm going to be doing is a deeper dive like this one into the dual orb system, which is not quite ready for release yet, but it's a much simpler, more user-friendly system that you can get up and running if you're new to this sort of stuff. If you're looking for something that's not quite so quick time frame scalping, there's another type of trade which is like a one and done kind of deal. That is the dual orb system. That's the next video I'm going to do tomorrow. And with that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.
Yeah, I was home like a battle cry. Circuit spark